Are we talking about the book Psychology of Money? And I want to do my book review on it and let y'all know what I thought about it. So my understanding of the book Psychology of Money is like peeling the onion. At first glance, it seems simple and straightforward. But as you delve deeper, you realize there are multiple layers to this whole book. Just like an onion, the Psychology of Money is a complex with various factors such as perspective, upbringing, education, shaping our relationship with it. It's not just about earning it. It's about the intelligence and the behavior and the patience that come with it. And if we don't have a solid foundation with it and security within ourselves, money can become a slippery slope. It can distort our perspective of reality and lead us to develop some real unhealthy spending habits. And we all see it every single day. Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be balling. So you already know. And the pursuit of looking wealthy without that inner security or relationship with money can quickly spiral out of control. Just like an onion, it's unraveling. So y'all kind of get the metaphor I was trying to go with. If it was corny, just let me know in the comment section. We can laugh about it. The author always also talks about spending money on lottery tickets instead of like essential needs. He was talking about, to me, my understanding of it, it's like chasing a mirage in the desert. It's just an illusion of water that can lead to thirsty travelers astray. Like the allure of winning big money can be tempting to like a lot of lower household income households, and to invest more in lottery tickets than any other form of entertainment. So it's kind of crazy, like books, movies, anything, all combined. We spend more money on lottery tickets, as if it's hoping to like sudden windfall change their circumstances. However, this pursuit comes at the expense of their own financial stability, and just like a mirage, the promise of a jackpot can evaporate like that, leaving people with empty pockets and unmet needs. Unfortunately, this cycle perpetuates the disparity in those low-income households that struggle to save even a fraction of what they spend on lottery tickets, and it's difficult for us to handle these unexpected emergencies at times if we don't, stop reaching for the stars and the moons, especially with the lottery. Now, if you grinding your way there is a difference, but just with the lottery alone, it's just like not the best way to go. This book reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my trainers back in 2010. He used to emphasize on most of us don't have $1,000 in our bank account, and he would repeat this statement over and over. We don't even have $1,000 in our account to save, and it just stuck with me ever since then. And I still to this day struggle with saving and having a surplus of savings. And the interesting part is I tend to be a big spender, especially when it comes to like food or spending quality time with the kids. Like I love going on adventures. I love having my girls with me. It's hard for me to just stay in the house and not take them anywhere. I kind of feel like a bad parent. And if me and my daughter just sit around the house, she get bored, and I constantly feel like I need to keep things going, to keep her happy, to keep her experiences up. And maybe I need therapy on the issue. I don't know. However, like I acknowledge that times has changed. And unlike when I was a kid, like I could go outside and play all day, but my daughter can't simply do that. Like she can't just go outside and play with her friends. Like I used to just spend the entire day outside on Nidro with me and my friends playing football, riding bikes. Like my childhood was dope. Looking back on it, the only times I remember even going nowhere as a kid was like to the gym with Zai or to the movies with my dad. The book also touches on the concept of like 401ks and Roth IRAs and like how they relatively new in our society, and we still in the process trying to understand and mastering them. Like saving money and managing our finances is still a skill that we gradually adopt into in this book. Like that's what he talked about. It's mentioned like humans been training dogs for like 10,000 years, and yet it's still a practice that we're learning and trying to do and evolve in. It ain't fully mastered yet. Similar to like even 401ks, they was established in like 1978, and then the Roth IRAs in like 1997. So it's still fairly new ideas. Like still relatively fresh. Like we continue to strive to establish the most effective saving methods. Therefore, like we haven't fully mastered the art of saving yet. So it's important for you not to be too hard on yourself. And it's like to a lot of people, another thing he talked about in the book that I found out was dope. So in addition to that, like keeping money involves developing a healthy relationship with wealth. It means not succumbing to, temptations, expensive spending, indulging in lavish lifestyles that can quickly deplete all your bread. So it requires embracing a mindset of long-term financial stability and security. Ultimately, being good at keeping money is critical. Being good at acquiring it requires a balance, taking a risk to generate that wealth, and adopting like a conservative approach to preserve and grow it. You with me? But like cultivating them skills of like humanity and frugality and financial literacy can also ensure the longevity of your financial success and secure like a prosperous future, if you feel. It's true that sometimes things don't go according to plan. However, like it's important to remember that when the plan fails, there's still opportunities that you can succeed. This is especially evident in the world of investing. Investors can be wrong half the time and still make a lot of bread, still make a fortune. It's all about learning from your mistakes, adapting and seizing the right opportunities. Basically what he talked about in the book. He also talked about people that did fail but didn't stop. They kept going to, earn that next level of money. Like Disney, for an example, they created over like 400 cartoons throughout their history, and while most of them didn't achieve the desired success, one particular film came out, Snow White, and it was an 83-minute runtime, and it revolutionized the animation industry. And it became like a massive hit. So like they made their mistakes and propelled Disney to a new height, but they never gave up. It's kind of the point of what I'm getting at. Like just because you failed before, you try something. I understand that you're scared. I understand that. Well, at least this is what he said in the book. Was my interpretation was I understand that you're scared, but people have failed plenty of times, but they still turn out to be massive hits, and everything you do won't work. So don't give up just because one thing didn't work. Like Amazon. Amazon is a company known for how crazy everything they've been doing. And a lot of experiments they had didn't pan out. Like they ventured in trying to make a smartphone, it didn't work out. It was called a Fire Phone or something like that. And they tried to do a travel agency, and then that endeavor didn't take off. And it didn't experience however they thought it would, the setbacks that they thought it would, but it didn't hinder their overall success. And they continue to thrive in other areas and consistently pushing boundaries to find new avenues for growth. They didn't just give up. So like another thing that the book talked about that really touched me, especially where I'm at in my life right now, was ultimately the highest form of wealth is not measured in monetary terms. It's about having the freedom and the ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want to do. I love that. I promise you, I wish I could do that right now. True wealth lies in the ability to pursue one's passion and make a positive impact on the lives of everybody. So even when things don't go as expected, it's essential to pursue these dreams and go the way you wanted to go is essential to remain resilient and adapt and keep striving for that ultimate form of wealth, which is freedom to live life to the fullest and how you want to live it. That's what I'm talking about. Another thing that he talked about in the book was how wealth can greatly impact our financial decisions and overall well-being. Society often portrays high-end items as the epitome of success. People aspire to be respected by getting these luxury cars like these Bentleys and these Lamborghinis and all these diamond chains and all these crazy clothes so they could be the man. You know how we do. Like we get that bread and try to portray this whole idea. I've done it. I don't know nobody that hasn't done it, to be honest with you. But like reality, like a lot of the material possessions, it's only gonna bring a certain level of admiration. Like the fulfillment to that is gonna bring less fulfillment than you might expect once you really start making some money. So this is another thing that he talked about in the book. He was saying like if you want respect is what you desire, it's crucial to be cautious about how you pursue it. The true respect is not earned through flashy displays of wealth, but rather through qualities of humility, kindness, and empathy. These virtues bring genuine admiration, which you always want. You want people to be genuine with you. Admiration and kindness from others far more than horsepower will ever. Expensive possessions won't always bring that. It bring fake people around, but not genuine most of the time. And it's not about hating these things, but it's a reminder that there are better ways to obtain respect and admiration than just trying to flaunt some money.